It took decades of sickness, silence, and suffering. Now justice is coming to families right here in Missouri. Congress has expanded compensation for victims of radiation exposure.
Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, was at a press event celebrating the expansion of the compensation package. Earlier today, he's in the newsroom.
Yeah, and this is a story older than our TV station itself, left over from the black and white atomic era, where the loudest voices were often generals, scientists, or presidents. But today, the voices that mattered most were those who were never supposed to speak, let alone be heard. And now they are. After decades of being denied,
I can't believe this today is real.
Mothers who would not be silenced overpowered a government that kept deadly secrets.
This fight was so hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Dawn Chapman speaks for thousands of Americans. Her fight was not merely against illness or ignorance, it was against the very institution that should have protected her family.
Our government made it harder. They did everything they could to hide the truth from us.
The power of that truth overcame surviving mothers and widows who lost loved ones to exposure to radiation, buried or spilled in the ground below Coldwater Creek, or mined from a desert far away.
Half of all uranium ever extracted in this country came from the Navajo Nation.
Now that Congress has expanded the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, or RECA, eligible applicants in specific areas of exposure can claim up to $100,000 for medical expenses. Some who developed conditions where it's harder to prove a direct link still won't qualify.
My son.
Even still, there are some things money can't buy.
Today, I feel seen.
Mothers from Missouri locked arms with daughters from the Navajo Nation, where during World War II, U.S. Marines would recruit Navajo natives like Maggie Billman's dad to talk in secret code and keep the atomic bomb and its ingredients a secret.
I promised to fight for RECA and his memory.
Now, in bringing the lingering effects of that closely guarded government secret to light, she and her fellow advocates have earned new titles.
You became researchers, historians, healers of this community, and most of all, heroes.
I refuse to call them victims. They're survivors, they're heroes. And this is about honoring.
And their fight continues now with renewed momentum. Advocates still pushing to expand RECA into new territories. This time they're armed with the reminder that even the U.S. government can't stand in the way of a few determined moms.